booties for black girl nerds.
Hi. Okay, you guys see me, hopefully, very well. Good afternoon, and a couple of quick questions because I know you don't have long. What was the research that you guys did to get the 1950s feel for your characters, and what did you learn from learning about that period?
Nnamdi did extensive research, so I'm really curious to hear him talk about it.
We both did extensive research, but I will start. I watched a lot of documentaries on jazz. There's a particular documentary that Ken Burns did that I think I've seen every episode of it probably 10 times over, just to get a feel for how those guys moved and how they related to their music, how they related to their instrument. And there's a specific moment at the beginning of maybe the 10th episode where this guy Dexter Gordon finishes playing his sax, and he starts wiping himself, and then he walks onto the stage, and it was just cool for me. Like, that whole period was cool, and so that was something that I knew I had to sort of bring out in the character.
Tessa, you're not getting out of this.
No.
I grew up looking at all these old photographs of my grandparents, and so I really thought a lot about them and their story. It made me even more curious to understand, what they were doing at that time. And then I liked reading a lot of literature from the time, and especially looking at old women's magazines. I feel like we learn so much about ourselves with what society at large, and certainly some instruments of society like media, tells us about ourselves. So I found that really interesting. And then, I really wanted to capture a kind of, that Sylvie had that sort of, poise or something that, so looking at, women like Diane Carroll, her incredible legacy, watching her and all of her work, she was a big, counterstone for me. Is that a word? Counterstone?
Yeah.
Cornerstone, that's all of that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're being nice, Deidre. You're being nice.
No, it's all good. Speaking of that, did you guys have anything unintentionally funny happen on the set? While you're filming, you have burst into laughter in the middle of something that should have been serious? Anything like that?
Eugene Ashe, our writer-director, liked to call Nnamdi a chocolate Redford. And I found that very, that delighted me very much. Very, very much.
I just to piggyback on that, he liked to call Tessa cashew milk Streisand.
Sir, that is a lie.
No, it's not.
That is slander. That is hearsay. That is not true.
Okay.
Cashew milk. I'm a latte. I'm like a mocha. I'm not.
I love this. It's 1973. The way we were. See, I got in there somehow. Nnamdi, you're the leading man, and that's another question too, because what did you think before you went into this role that a leading man should be?
Oh, I didn't think that a leading man should be anything like that. That it wasn't leading my thoughts, I'd say. I think the thing for me was, how many dimensions can I show from this character? How can I show a man on screen that's able to laugh, able to have fun, able to argue, able to love, able to cry, able to go through all of those sort of dimensions that we have. So just bringing a fully realized human to screen was the goal.
That's cool. And Tessa, because I know they're going to cut me off soon, but
Oh,
no! See, there you go. No, I enjoyed you guys immensely. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
better shake your booties for black girl nerds.